Long way, get this shit a long way, shit a long way, long way, hit it long way, 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 shit long way, 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 shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way, gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be trippin' every day, she be trippin' every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, yeah. Get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, yeah. No, we gotta finish rich, no, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich, she don't understand, she just gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit, no, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get the shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my phone strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a phone way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Tari. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, man. I said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. I said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I went and got some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. Man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for me, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, yeah, yeah, we get shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
How you guys doing? I know I don't usually come on at night, but sometimes when things come to me, I usually say those are usually the deeper ones. So I tell usually the members only, but today it's for what I call the unconscious slaves out there. Okay. If you're new to the channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where slaves live. All right. Now, there's two kinds of slaves. There's unconscious slaves, and there are conscious slaves. Unconscious slaves cannot see negative numbers. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. If you're a homeowner, open up your calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance, and hit equal. Excuse me. And I want you to look while you're staring at the calculator. I want you to listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you can't see negative numbers. Okay. That's what's called an unconscious slave. Conscious slaves, which heard the same example, but they decided to believe what they see on the calculator. Hence, finally believing in negative numbers. So they said, but if I believe in negative numbers, that means I am well below zero in the red. Yep, you sure are. Yes. That answers yes. Yep. And that means if I'm deep in the zero, that means somebody owns me. Yep, you're right there too. Yeah, you're right on the money. You're getting closer. Well, you're probably thinking, well, who owns me? Okay. Log into your online credit reports and look through your entire credit reports. Those are all the businesses that own you until you pay them back their money. Those are the people that own. So the conscious slaves, they realized that and they said the only way to change that is to what? You got to get out of debt. Got to pay your debt off. And only at zero will you be free. Anything below zero, that means you're naturally a slave, naturally. Okay. According to the Bible says it. Proverbs 22:7 says that right there. It says the borrower is slave to the lender. That's where I found slave. I know people hear me say slave all the time, but I want you guys to understand where I found slave. I didn't find this. I'm not even talking about the slave on TV that you all been programmed to think that's the slave that I'm talking about, the one you've been programmed on television. No, not that slave. I'm talking about the slave that I found in the Bible. That's the one I'm talking about. Right. That right there. Right. Once you believe that, you're like, oh, it says it right here. Yeah, it says it right there. How come people don't see it? Because they can't see negative numbers. That's why they can't see what that says. But it says it clear. Okay. Once you get to zero, you freed yourself. That was me until I got to zero. I didn't know I was a slave until I got to zero. I didn't know I was a slave. Never heard of it. Never. I was a college educated slave. Sure was. Didn't even know it. Living in debt the whole time. Why? Because I couldn't see negative numbers. All I had to do was trust my calculator. That was it. Then I would have been on my way to freedom, the way I'm free today. Now, when you guys come here, you're getting like a crash course. You're never gonna find anybody else on the internet that's telling you this answer. You can't see negative numbers. That's my gift. I can. I can see negative numbers. The majority cannot. This is obvious. You're probably thinking, what do you mean it's obvious? Well, okay, I'm gonna try to go with the most obvious one that's obvious that I just gave an example. If people could see negative numbers, they would know they're not home. Everybody with a mortgage would know they're not homeowners if they could see negative numbers. Isn't that obvious? Obviously it's not, because that's how the housing market can exist for people that can't see negative numbers. Do you see? So since I can see, but millions of people cannot, I call that a gift. That's a gift to me. That goes the same with car loan. Have you making car payments, which millions of you do? If you could see negative numbers, you would clearly see that you don't own anything. You don't own nothing. And you're probably thinking, again, what do you mean? Right? You're probably thinking that, okay? Open up your calculator app, put in your car payment minus your car balance, and hit equal. Now, look at the calculator and listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you think you own that car is because you can't see negative numbers. That's why. See? All right. So actually, I came on tonight to kind of talk to you guys, the unconscious slaves, really this time. Because I know it sounds harsh, but I'm here to help you. And once you come out of the debt matrix, it won't sound like I'm harsh. Like when you're a slave, it sounds very harsh, but when you own yourself, then you'll notice that I'm really talking, I'm talking just normal. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm really not. I'm just repeating to you guys what I've read in books. But yet people are getting mad at me. That's why I don't really get upset, because it makes no sense to me. I was like, anybody that gets mad, I say, hey, look, that's where I found it. Look, right there. Proverbs 22:7, right there. And I'm not even a Bible person. I'm just trying to relate to people where I got my information. That's all. Now, I want you guys to really understand that SMD is the financial pill that you've been looking for. It will answer all your questions and more. It will answer all your questions. You'll stop thinking that, like, let me give you an example that runs around in the debt matrix. You guys will stop thinking that the rich are not, billionaires are not telling you something. You're going to stop thinking that they're hoarding money and they're bad people. There's plenty for everybody. There's plenty for everybody. But you have to see negative numbers first. Do you understand? You have to. Because by not being able to see negative numbers, that breaks the laws of mathematics, you guys, mathematics. And the law, listen, when it comes to your money, the laws of mathematics cannot be broken ever, ever. No matter how you feel, if you're sick, if you're feeling bad, that doesn't matter. 1 + 1 = 2, regardless if you've been sad all day. Your dog could die. 1 + 1 still equals 2. Still does. It doesn't change no matter your mood. But you guys don't know that. By not being able to see negative numbers, you are breaking the laws of mathematics. And you don't even know it. Now, why it's the red pill? It's a big red pill. You know why? Because to trust the calculator, you have to, I mean, this is the hard thing, right? You know, mathematics is an exact science, right? That means it's never wrong. The calculator's never wrong, ever. For you to have to believe the calculator, that's a big red pill. And I get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. Totally get it. Totally get it. But you guys got to understand something. Once you come out the debt matrix, there needs to be people that understand how the system really works. Those are humans too. Okay. Once you come over here, you'll know there's plenty for everybody. You don't have to cheat and lie and steal and scam and cheat on you. You don't have to do none of that. No, you don't. None of that at all. I promise you that there is no competition. You just find and do what you love, and that's it. You don't have to worry about anything. There's plenty of room for everybody. Once you s- once you co- once you're able to see negative numbers, you're just gonna see everything. That's the best way I can describe it. You're gonna look around and you're gonna look at the stock market. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. You mean that's not real? Nope. Sure ain't. No, it's not real at all. It's about as real as cryptocurrency. Though you know the only difference between the stock market and cryptocurrency, the stock market's regulated. That's it. It's the same thing. What about 401ks? Nope. Got some bad news for you. No. Uh-uh. It's not what you think. Not what you think. Oh, it's there, all right. Hey, don't get me wrong. I know you're probably thinking, "What do you mean it's not there?" I logged into my account and I see my monthly contribution. I know what you see. I promise you, I know what you see on the computer screen. Whatever company that's doing it for you, they're supposed to show you whatever you want to see. Whatever, hey, whatever. Long as you pay for it. Long as you pay for it all, that whatever you see on the computer screen, as long as you pay to see whatever you're seeing. Okay, let's just put it like that. Welcome, James Max. Oh yeah, because you guys don't know you can't do that by believing you can do that. You're breaking the laws of mathematics. You can't do that. Now I'm gonna give you an example so you can understand. And this is a very bare bones example because most of you, if you got student loan debt, it's not your only debt. It's probably your oldest debt, and it's not your only debt. Okay, I'm talking to you. If your student loan debts are your oldest debts, I'm talking to you. People with student loan debt, it's against the laws of mathematics for people with student loan debt to invest in cryptocurrency. Did you know that? Did you know it was against the laws of mathematics for people with student loan debt to contribute to the 401k at work? Did you know that was against the laws of mathematics? Did you guys know that? The reason why you don't know that is because you can't see negative numbers. I keep telling you the answer. Did you know it was against the laws of mathematics for people with student loan debt to ever own a home? Did you know that was against the laws of mathematics for people with student loan debt to own a home? Did you know that? You see what kind of red pill that is? Take a bite out of that. Try to take a bite out of it. Because you're probably thinking like this. You're probably thinking like a slave. Well, everybody around me is doing it. Everybody does it. This is how everybody who are you talking about? Everybody. Everybody who? Everybody slaves? You mean? This is a red pill because you guys don't know to ask that question because everybody around you is doing the same thing. It's not there, nobody's hiding anything from you guys. I want you guys to, it's not a secret. If you look up the word buy in the dictionary, I don't see financing anywhere in there. Go look up the word buy in the dictionary. See if you find the word financing in there. Go look up the definition right now. Find financing, but yet millions of people think they're buying homes. Why are they using the wrong word? Because they can't see negative numbers. Isn't that obvious? That's obvious. That's a big red pill. So you're probably thinking, wait a minute, all those people don't know they're homeowners? Nope, sure don't. No. The answer is no, they don't. Who cares? That's how it has to be. Okay. I don't want it to change. Just because I'm telling you, you guys think I'm joking, but just because I'm telling you, that doesn't mean they can hear me. They don't know what I'm saying. You're probably thinking, what do you mean they don't know what they're saying? If they don't know negative numbers exist, how would they understand the words when I talk about negative numbers? They can't. Well, it's not impossible, but they can't. I'm telling you this, the younger you are to understand this, they need people like you. They need people to understand how it really works. That's how it all works together. It can't work with just only the people that know how it works. That it couldn't work. It can't work without slaves. It takes both to work together. Once you come over here, you realize that you're going to be thinking, well, what about gold? Is that real? Nope, it's not real either. Silver? No. Bronze? Nothing's real. Not diamonds. You can name whatever you want. Nothing is real for slaves. Nothing. It's against the laws of math. Listen, it's against the laws of mathematics for slaves to own anything with student loan debt. If you got student loan debt, or just debt, period, student loan debt, whatever debt, right? It's against the laws of mathematics for you to own anything. Nothing. You can't own gold, silver. You can't own nothing. You think you can own stuff? You think you can own something while you still owe all these people, all these businesses money? Why do you think like that? Why do you think that? Because you can't see negative numbers. That's obvious. The younger you understand this, the freer you're going to be. Your life is going to be totally changed, totally changed, totally changed. You'll know who to date, who not to date, who to have sex with, who don't have sex with, who to have your company, especially with financial advice. You'll know who to talk to. You'll know exactly what to do. You'll know exactly the direction you want to go. You'll know exactly what type of business you want to start. You'll know exactly how to do it. You'll know exactly who to contact to help you do it. People that understand how it really works. I think I kind of somebody threw out a hint of how to identify like financial advisors who are debt free, right? Because you're like, well, how am I gonna know if I can't really ask to see their credit report? Usually, it sounds like usually the financial advisors that are fee only, like fee up front, and they're probably ridiculously priced, right? You're probably thinking, well, that's crazy what they're charging, but you just thinking they're just charging it because uh, uh, they just like fancy stuff or something, whatever, right? But what it really is that they're used. Those are the usually those are the financial advisors that can see negative numbers. I promise you this, you guys. I promise you this. If you can find a professional financial advisor that can see negative numbers, and you say that to them, okay? When you run into like a fee only one, it's a ridiculous fee. You call them and say, "Hey, man, I was listening to SMD, and he said you guys would be able to see negative numbers. Does that mean anything to you?" I want you to say that to them. They probably will respond with, "Who told you that?" That's what they might respond to. They might respond with that. Okay. They might. They know something that millions of other finance professionals don't know. They can see negative numbers. That's a big, big difference. That means if you can see negative numbers, listen, if you can see negative numbers, that means you're not breaking the laws of mathematics. That's what that means. Now, I'm going to take you guys back to elementary school. Okay. I'm telling you, this is a big red pill. Okay. Listen, you remember the chart above that little chart above the chalkboard? They used to, well, at least in the school of my days, it was a chalkboard, whatever, right? But at the top of the wall, right below the roof, there was always this number with zero in the middle, positive numbers on the right in green, negative. And now we're both looking at it up there. Remember how it looked? And then negative numbers on the left in red. You remember that chart? You remember that? And then in elementary school, they had play money for us, so they could teach us how to say, okay, hey, you get what's a dollar, and then you add a quarter. Oh, that's $1.25. Okay, what's a dollar if I take away 50 cents? How much I have? Oh, 50 cents. Remember those games? Well, after grade school, somewhere we all got lost somewhere. We forgot about that number chart. We totally forgot about wait a minute, what happened to those numbers on the left? What they do? Vanish? No, they didn't vanish. They're there. They never left. They probably left in your brain, but it doesn't matter if they left in your brain. That's your problem. That's the laws of mathematics. You can't invest in cryptocurrency if you have student debt. You can't do that. That breaks all the laws of mathematics. That's against the laws of mathematics for you to do that. But listen, I don't really care if you believe me or not. I'm just telling you something, okay? The reason why you think cryptocurrency is real is because you can't see negative numbers. That's why you think cryptocurrency. That's why you believe something that you can't even touch, feel, taste, nothing. You don't know where it's coming from. Anybody can make one. That isn't. Those are hints. If it's that easy, why don't they make another dollar bill or try to make another? Find out. Try to do it and see what happens. They will spank you. Wait a minute. You can't. Wait. Whoa. Whoa. I can make any cryptocurrency I want. Well, yeah, you can do that. But I can't copy the paper money. No, no, you can't do that. Why is that? Because that's real, slave. That's why. That's why you can't do that, because that's real. You see the difference? But if you want to believe some guys in some lab somewhere made up and made so many, and people are still in it, and people get millions of dollars and raw, hey, whatever you want to believe, whatever. Why don't you guys this okay, why don't you guys do this, right? Go through the YouTube videos, find billionaires talking about cryptocurrency, okay? Because you guys always like to ask billionaires about cryptocurrencies. And then when you go find them, I want you to see how they act when they talk about it. Watch them giggle and smirk and laugh and I want you to watch them laugh. You know why he's laughing? Because they know it's not real. You guys believe in cryptocurrency, slaves. You guys. But see, this is the problem with not being able to see negative numbers. You don't even know paper money is positive and negative too. Yes, it is. It still applies to the chart that we all learned in elementary school. Sure did. They showed us this in elementary school. They showed us this. They said, "Hey, if you do this, you take away this is what they did. Remember, they give you $1.04, and then they took away 50 cents, and then they say, okay, look up at the chart. How much is this if you go by the chart up there? I remember the teacher telling me, her name was Miss Klingenspith. What happened? I said, I looked at the chart and I said 50 cents. Sure did. Sure did. Got a gold star by my name. But as soon as I left elementary school, I must have forgot it because I kept my student loans for like 10 years. Had I been able to see negative numbers, I wouldn't have kept my student loan for 10 years. Wait a minute. I would have been like, wait a minute. I went to school for 4 years, right? Yeah. Why would I keep them for 10 years? That makes absolutely no sense. None, zero, none. I had my student loan for 10 years and I'm going on vacations. That breaks, see how that sounds? I'm going on vacation with 10-year-old student loans. See, do you see how that breaks all the laws of mathematics? You can't do that. And where do you think you're financially going by doing that? Like if you're doing all this, you got cars and you go on vacations and buying stuff and shoes and stuff, and your student loan debts are older than everything in your life. Listen to me closely too. If your student loans are older than everything you see in your life right now, you can't see negative numbers. That's obvious. You can't buy everything you see. That's a mathematical illusion. See how big that red pill is? You can't really understand that. And to accept that, you got to have a strong mind. You have to. You cannot get on the correct side of the economy. I'm gonna put it this way. You cannot get on the correct side of the economy if you cannot see negative numbers. You can't. That's impossible. You can't. It doesn't matter how much money anybody gives you. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter. If you can't see negative numbers, it doesn't matter. That's a big red pill to swallow. And when you, and I want you guys to clearly understand something, okay? If you have student loan debt, you are a slave. There's no if ands buts. You're a slave. I'm just telling you, you're a slave. You guys are you paying attention to? You can't bankrupt it. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You can bankrupt damn near everything else but that. Why is that? Because you got to pay it back. If you don't, you're a slave. Period. And this is going to be a big red pill to swallow. But if you're one of those people that have actually given up on ever paying those student loan debts back, I feel, yeah, I feel sorry for you. And if this is you, you could at least do this, okay? If you said, "Hey, L, it's just too far. That money's too deep." Okay, hey, all right, cool, write it off, whatever. But at least sign up for a consultation with me so I could show you how you can show your kids so they don't make the same mistake as you and carry their student loan debt their entire life. You can show them right now. Hey, I'm gonna show. Hey, I found this on SMD. I'm gonna show you what he did for me, and then I'm gonna pass this to you so to make sure you don't end up like me paying student loan debt your entire life, owning nothing. It's against the laws of mathematics for people with student loan debt to own a home. That's against the laws of mathematics. You can't do that. Why you think you're a homeowner? You can't see negative numbers. I keep telling you. What's up, Sal's E-Man, K Business Podcast. What's up, everybody? Dollar Washer. Like I said, welcome, James, Aaron. I am here to show you guys that is negative numbers, the ability to see negative numbers, let me tell you, is the answer. That is the answer. That is the obvious answer. That's obvious. To have this knowledge is a superpower, man. Straight superpower. For good though, not for bad, not for good. Because you don't have once you know this, you don't have to be bad. You don't have to be corrupt. You don't have to do none of that. You definitely wouldn't be risking the time in your life for paper. I promise you that. You'll never do that. You'll never look at paper money the same. You're like, oh, that's what that's used for. Yeah, that's what that's used for. They tell you right on the website, they make $100 for 14 cents. I mean, what else do you need to know? What else do they need to show you that there's two sides to everything? There's two sides to it all. They're telling you those are hints. Now, listen, you tell the average person how much they make $100 bill for. They just go like this. Hey, you know what? Check this out, man. I went to the government website and I found that they made $100 bill 14 cents. Just see what they respond with. Just say it to them. What do you think about that? Say, hey, what do you think about that? Guess what? They're not going to have an answer for you. You know why? Because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to respond with. Oh, well, they'll start thinking of things in their head. Why the price got jacked up since 14 cents to reach their pocket? Who knows what they come up with? But they're not hiding anything from it. That's what I'm saying right now. I'm trying to tell you, the people that want to get out of that, they're not hiding anything from anybody. That's a lie. That's what the debt matrix people make up. They make up all that stuff. That's all made up. You could be rich. You can be whatever you want to be. First you got to own yourself. First, number one. Listen, the number one rule for business, okay, for yourself, and it works for both personal and business. Rule number one: you got to own yourself. You cannot own a business outside of yourself if you don't even know you don't own yourself. People that understand how this works, that's what they look for. They look for listen, slaves. They look for blank credit reports. Nothing on it. Nothing, no personal debt, nothing. Nothing in their name, no credit cards, all this, nothing's there. Personally, well, they might have a credit card, but other than that, outside of a credit card, nothing else is there. And when I say a credit card, I mean one credit card, one. Now, when you understand negative numbers, you come on this side, then you see the purpose of financing cell phones. See, people with student loan debt, it's against the laws of mathematics for people with student loan debt to own iPhones. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? It's against the laws of mathematics for people with student loan debt to own Android phones. Did you guys know that? That breaks all the laws of mathematics. You can't do that. You can't do that. But since you can't see negative numbers, you don't know that. So when you can see negative numbers, you say, "Oh, that's why they charge that for an iPhone." Got it. I see. Okay. When you come out, you say, "But Apple, you guys make like millions." I mean, you guys make millions of phones every single. The cost of what you guys get that stuff for, it's got to be pennies. Yeah, 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 LJ, that's true. Yeah. So what? What's your point? I get it. Totally get it. Totally get it. You guys don't. When you can't see negative numbers, you don't stop to say to yourself and look in the mirror and say, "Hey, man, I've been working all my life. You mean to tell me I can't buy an iPhone in cash?" That's the question, but you guys don't know to ask those type of questions. You're financing cell phones. When you guys are walking around in public, listen, when you guys are walking around in public, there are people like me walking around amongst you guys. People that can see negative numbers. Okay. People that know this, they probably never heard it described the way I'm describing it right now. I promise you. Not many people heard it described like that, but that is what it is. Those people can see negative numbers. So when you guys are pretending and wearing these type of clothes and high-end shoes and clothes, and then you guys mention that you have a finance phone or you're making car payments, you don't know what you're saying. But see what you guys don't know, since you can't see negative numbers, only slaves finance cars. Only slaves believes it takes 30 years to pay off one house. Only slaves believe mortgages are 30 years. 30 years of your life to pay off one house. All you gotta do is just do the math. Wait a minute. Okay, that house is 300,000, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, divide that up by 30. Yeah, see what they and hit equal. You mean I only have to come up with that much per year? But it's that's all I'm paying per year to pay off. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. They ain't lying to you. They told you in that 30-year contract. That's hey man, if you believe it, that's just you. They're not doing it's a choice. This is what's so wonderful about the other side of the economy, okay? It's a choice. They're not saying you can't come over. You can come over. You gotta follow the hey, listen. In order to come over here, you gotta default. You gotta follow the laws of mathematics. You have to. It's like, why wouldn't you? It's never wrong ever. Math is never wrong ever. And math and money are one. Yep, they're one. You can't separate. The only thing that can separate math from money are feelings, how you feel about math. How you feel about mathematics is irrelevant. That's 100% irrelevant. I was watching this another thing. I was watching this show called "Put a Ring on It," right, with my girlfriend tonight, right. Now, I usually don't watch TV shows because I watch them very differently now. Okay, they're not the same, right? But anyway, there's this couple on there, and they're talking about they're getting married. They're going to get married, and what kind of wedding they want, and this and that. And the dude is saying, "Yeah, I want 13 people on. You know, the Paul, whatever. You know, the guys on the grooms." 13, that means she have to have 13 matching women. And it's saying all this stuff, and it's going to be a destination wedding. I'm thinking to myself, how much debt is that dude? He must be in some deep debt today. Because when you just say stuff like that, you got to be in debt. Because what he's saying makes absolute. And then she's saying, "Oh well, I'm not thinking quite that much. I'm thinking a small something quaint and local, and bring a few family members." He's like, "Nah, I want 13 people." I was like, "Hmm." Now I wonder when I saw her face, I was thinking, I wonder if she's probably debt free. She probably has no debt, and she's dating a dude that's deep in debt. That's what I was thinking because her responses to it was like, "Whoa, you're like extreme. That damn that costs bread." And then he's inviting the host of the show. Hey, if you want to come, it's gonna be a destination meta. You're invited. I'm like, yeah, that dude's deep in debt because he's just saying stuff. See, when you get out of the debt matrix and when you can see negative numbers and when you watch so-called reality TV shows, let me tell you guys something, okay? I just got to tell you, all right? They are using you guys. They are using you. They are totally losing. They're totally using you. Totally. I mean, it's legal. I mean, I'm not saying, hey, listen, my feelings about it are irrelevant. Okay, they're making bread, all right. But they are totally using you guys because you can't see negative numbers. The money, the money that they pay these reality TV shows is minuscule to the amount of money they're making. Minuscule. Gas tank. It's my it's like, hey, take this and fill up my gas tank. It's like that minuscule to them. I mean, that's how when I watch reality TV shows, that's the only way I can watch now. I mean, you see these couples, they're on there having problems. I'm thinking, man, all you gotta do is one look at their personal credit report will make your decision for you. You won't care who they fuck, you won't care if they leave, you won't care if they seen super hot DM, you won't care about what's on their phone, you won't care if they're fooling around on you. Once you find out they got 100 grand in student loan debt and they've had it for 10 to 15 years, you're not gonna care what they do. They will never bother you because once you come on this side, listen, this is what it is. Once you can see negative numbers, you now own yourself. You're going to turn around and then you're going to see how many millions of people don't own themselves and don't even know they don't own themselves. They think it has something to do with color, where you live, the gossip, and this ain't got nothing to do with none of that. None of that. That's all gossip. They ain't talking about nothing. You know what the gossip stuff is for? To keep them busy so they don't have to deal with their own lives. So they can just get in other people's so they escape to other people's lives. That's why it's so popular. None of it means nothing. It don't mean anything unless you come on this side and then you capitalize on it. Not the money that you see from a person. They say like you see somebody with 1 million subscribers, you just automatically think that, oh my God, that has says who? Says who? But because the way they're dressed is that in the background. I mean, what are you looking at? You don't know nothing, nothing. Unless they showed you their personal listen, whoever you're following and you getting financial advice from them, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. Unless you've seen their personal credit report with your personal, I don't care what business you see. I'm not talking about their business. I don't care how successful it look. Let me tell you something. Unless you've seen their personal credit report with your own eyes, you don't know nothing. You don't know anything. You just know what they're showing you. That's all. You just know what they're showing you. That's it. It's nothing different than the Bill Cosby stage. You remember when we watched TV, we're at home watching the Cosby show, you will almost forget that's a whole studio. None of that is real. That's not a real house. That's not a real kitchen. There was really no stairs that they used to run up and back down there. That was just all a stage. Nothing was there. But yet you watch it long enough, you think you're in a house. You really do. That's how it is. That's exactly how it is. What's up, cupcakes, rainy woman? Now, this is a big red pill to swallow. Huge. But there are people needed that understand how it really works. Those people are needed too, because the people, everybody's people. But the longer you stay in it, hey, if you've ever given up on paying off your student loan debt, hey, you can never know what you can't come over here. You can't. I'm sorry, but you can't. Because you can't lie and trick your way over. You can't pretend to know somebody. No talk to nope. You either can see negative numbers or you can't. Period. That's the because it's negative and positive numbers. You always look at the slaves only look at positive numbers. They always do that. They totally forget about the negative ones. Went from Fat Albert to DMX. Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember when I was late 20s, man. I said, I'm not even 30 and couldn't take my shirt off in public. I said, nope, ain't having that. Sorry. Changed. It was a light switch in my head. I said, okay, I know what I want to look like. That's it. And then you know what else inspired me? Honestly, me and LL Cool J and I are the same age. And I specifically remember around 30, 31 or somewhere around there, right? He was on the front of a magazine. I forgot which magazine, for beyond believable shape, beyond believable. I remember that year. It had to been around 2000, 2001, some magazine right there. I saw LL Cool J on it. And I said, man, if LL can do it, I can do that too. And we were the same age. And I just made up my mind. And that's what I did. Never look back. Never look back. Because when you get close to 30, which is a program, I'm gonna tell you guys something, especially the young men. when you get to close to 30 and you start hearing your friends talking about, oh man, I used to have that body back in high school. You need to stop. You need to stop hanging around those type of people, because that don't. What's that mean? That means nothing. You can have the body now. Hey, I'm 51 years old with a six pack. 51 with a six pack. 51. See, when you're in your 30s, late 20s and 30s, first when you go in late 20s to 30s, you think, oh crap, I'm getting ready to get 30. I'm getting ready to turn 30. I'm old. That's a program. That's no, it's not. You're not even close to being old. Okay, you're not even close. You're not even close. I'm telling you, you're not even close. Just all you got to do, listen, I'm going to tell you the answer right now. Get out of debt. You'll be able to see negative numbers. After you can see negative numbers, you'll know exactly where to go. You know exactly what to do. First thing you'll do is have no debt. Next thing you know, you pay off your house, right? Quick, fast, pay it. And there's multiple different ways to pay off a house, right? You pay it off fast. Guess what? You never have rent or mortgage for the rest of your life. Listen, for the rest of your life, starting in your 30s. While the rest of the world, all your friends believe rent and or mortgage is just, hey man, that's just part of life. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You pay your house off in your 30s, you'll have no rent or mortgage for the rest of your life. There's no stock in the world with guaranteed returns like that. Guaranteed returns, no rent or mortgage for the rest of your life. And check this out: when you're debt free too, when you can see negative numbers and you own your house and no debt, you're going to have a different kind of energy about you that's going to attract people to you. I don't care if you're a man or woman. These people are going to be naturally attracted to you, and they're not going to know why. You know why? Because you'll be able to see negative numbers, then they don't. And when they find out you have money and you have a paid off house, they go, women, man, they're gonna be trying to get with you. Be like, oh man, oh, he must be smart. She must be smart. She got a house and she own it. They don't know that you will never move a slave in your house. You won't care how fine they are. You won't care how good the sex is. Once you find out they have debt and they don't know, they don't know. Once you find, listen, I'm gonna make it more simpler than that. Once you find out that they can't see negative numbers, you're not gonna move them into your house. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna part. You're gonna make sure you always use protection. You're gonna always use protection. Always, always. Because you're not gonna impregnate a slave or have a child by a slave. You won't do that. You're not going to be in court. You're not going to be in court letting a judge dictate your money. Why? Because you had a child with a slave. You're not going to do that. You're not going to be in court. No, that's for slaves. Getting deep, and check it out. They're both in debt, getting a divorce, fighting. They're already in debt. Now they got to incur more debt, pay for lawyers and judges. They don't know they don't know how far they're digging themselves in a hole. All that child support stuff, that's a business. The majority of people in there, they can't see negative numbers. That's why they're in there. Especially when you're young, because you got all these people around you talking about, hey, there's really no good time to have a kid. And yes, it is when you own yourself. When you own yourself and then you can start thinking about a kid. But first you got to own yourself. You can't own. How you gonna have somebody else and you don't even own you? So you'll know exactly when to have a kid, when not. First of all, you're not gonna have a kid with a slave, with somebody that cannot see negative numbers. You're not gonna have a kid with a person like that. You're not just gonna be having all willy nilly and be like, "Hey, I think it's now is a great time because we've been together for 2 years." No, no, no. You could be together with a person for 2 years, hoping that they're gonna pay off their student loan debt, and then at the end of 2 years, you'd be like, "Hey, do you guys pay off this?" Well, you're gonna know if they did or not, because they're gonna think if you don't talk about it, this is how slaves think. They think if you don't talk about it, you forgot about it. They don't know that that's not true. They don't know that. They just think the longer they stay with you, your feelings are going to get wrapped up in it, and you're going to change your mind and overlook their student loan debt. But you're going to say, no, remember I told you that if you don't have those student loans paid off by this time, we wasn't going to be together. Remember I said that? Well, yeah, but you wasn't saying nothing for the whole 2 years. Well, it's not my responsibility to remind you about it. What's the purpose of you paying? If I have to tell you to do it, what's the purpose of it? Doesn't make any sense. The younger you understand this information, you won't be part of that stuff that you hear on social media. Believing it has something to do with the women, believing it has something to do with the man and what type they have and what kind of job they have and how long they've been. All you got to do is say, hey, before we start dating, can I see your personal credit report? They don't, unconscious slaves, they don't know people that can't see negative numbers. They don't know people that understand how it really works. We have blank credit reports. There's probably one, if you look at it, it's probably, you probably see one credit card on there that's paid off every month. At the end of every month, it's paid off in full every single month. You guys don't know that. So if you start dating somebody and you think it's starting to get serious, say, hey, I need to see your personal credit report. I mean, think about it. This is what I want you guys to really think about, because they say it, you guys think it's so personal. People are having sex with the other people for long periods of time, but they are nervous to say, hey, can I see your personal credit report? It makes absolutely no sense. You wait a minute. You guys are fucking, having kids, but you think it's too personal to ask to see your partner who you're talking about marrying? Uh, I think that's uncomfortable. What? Wait a minute. You just shared your body with the person, but you said you're nervous about asking about something on pieces of paper, electronically or something, whatever. Shout out to Elisa for the $5. Yeah, I hope I said that right. Yeast. Oh yeah, Yisa. Excuse me. Even SMD. Is it wise on parents' house? Is it wise take on parents' house that's still on a loan, less than 90K? The person isn't in debt and has good score. Is it wise to take on parents' house? I guess it counts on, run the numbers. All right. If you're debt free right now, run the numbers, see what type of loan that is, because I don't know where you're at, what 90,000 left for what kind of house. I don't know. But I say run the numbers, right? And if you go and when you say take on, say like it's an awesome deal. All right, whatever. Let's go for the end, because that's kind of vague, right? But say like it's an awesome deal for 90K. Say like you're in the neighborhood and the houses are $300,000 to $400,000, but your parents only owe 90 on it, and they're willing to take that house and put it in your name, and you're gonna pay off the 90. Hell yeah, take that deal. Take it. Take it. Make sure you write it up with a lawyer. Make sure it's all done. Make sure you find a lawyer who's debt free. I know it's weird to ask those kind of questions, but you have to. All right, it's important. You find a lawyer who understands what I just said, understands it legally in your state. Always look for professionals. I'm just telling you how to look for the right one. Look for one who's debt free and say, hey man, I'm trying to get this house in my name and blah blah and whatever needs to be done. Make sure it's done right. You want it done right. No guessing. Don't be trying to do the paperwork yourself. Don't do anything. You want to make sure everything's straight. The taxes are straight. Everything's straight. Everything. What's up, Omar? Uh, I do calisthenics to get a six pack. Well, my stomach's my favorite though. That's always been my favorite. So I do some pretty ridiculous stuff. If you go look at if you go to my videos and go way, way, way to the back, you can see what I do for my six pack. I mean, I ain't been doing it lately because of everything that's been going on, but I'm gonna get back into it. But muscle memory is crazy, man. I still got a six pack and ain't really worked on it in over a year. So I told my cousin, trust your calculator, not your desire to have luxury things without thinking. Yeah, well, like I said, the real answer is this. Okay, I want you guys to understand this: the ability to see negative numbers. That's my gift. I can see negative numbers. All right. Cheers. Personally, I've had titled the video SMD and the Financial Red Pill. I am so happy the student loan debt is a thing of the past. I was there. Like, congratulations. Congratulations. She said, cheers. Personally, I titled the video. Oh, you got a video somewhere? SMD is the final. Oh man, what? How can I get the link to that? Email me the link. Email me the link to that video, and I'll post it in here. Oh, Aisa. Okay, gotcha. I kind of figured that once I did a close up on it. But anyway, like I said, I'm here to. I'm really here to help you guys. Really, I want you guys to get it while it's free. While I'm giving it to you right now, because as you can see, SMD is going to blow up. Okay, when this book is done, this book will have the whole answer. The whole answer. It won't even have to be a thick book. It won't. It's still gonna be good, but it's gonna be straight to the point. Because I now know the end of the book. The end of the book is the ability to see negative numbers. I just didn't know that all the years. That's why I kept doing what I'm doing. And it's like, oh, it's obvious. No, okay, got it. Okay, got it. Here, let me get I hope there's my email, by the way. Oh, okay. So no, I don't. I'm just saying that the concept is. Oh, gotcha. Okay. No, I thought you said it. Okay. Yeah, it really is. It's the red pill. It is. It is. It's the financial red pill. It most definitely is. And the financial red pill is the ability to see negative numbers. That is the answer. That is the answer. Now, what makes it so amazing is that it really doesn't matter that I'm saying it out loud. It doesn't matter, because the people that can't see negative numbers, they think that is just the stupidest thing ever. They're like, "What? I can see them too. I can see it with my eyes." No, they think I'm talking about their eyes. Them seeing negative numbers with their eyes is obvious that they can't see that. That's obvious. That's not a mystery. That's not a trick. It's not fooling anybody. That's just obvious, right? You can just see it. But what it really is that they can't see it psychologically. They can see it physically. They can look at the calculator and see it. It's like, okay, here's the difference. Okay. They can look at the calculator and physically see it, but psychologically they can't. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Because they think when I say you can't see negative numbers, they think they think I'm talking about their physical eyes. I'm not talking about your physical eyes, slave. This. It's obvious that you can't see negative numbers with your physical eyes. I wouldn't. I'm not even asking you that question because I already know. I'm telling you, you can't psychologically see negative numbers, not physically. I'm because I'm showing you guys on a calculator. So isn't that obvious that you can't see negative numbers when I show you on the calculator? That's obvious. I'm not here to debate with you guys about that. I'm not here for that. I'm just telling you something that you can't see. And hopefully the younger you get this, you can come on over and you can help all the other rich and wealthy people do whatever they're doing. I think the majority I'm trying to get to Mars for some reason. I don't know what this big rush is to Mars. Why in 2021? That's got me curious. Why are you guys such in a rush to get there now? What's the big hurry? What's up? Oh yeah, we're gonna do it for trips and this is how I'm thinking. Wait a minute, slaves, they ain't got no money, so they definitely ain't gonna have no money for a trip to Mars. So what you guys doing? Oh, we're gonna make this affordable. They can't even afford a phone. You guys, hey, listen, for you slaves, because this is how ridiculous it sounds, right? You guys can't even afford iPhones. You ain't paying for a trip to Mars. So I'm thinking to myself, what are you guys rushing to Mars for? You guys sending up rockets like every other day. I mean, these guys, the slaves are down here hoping Biden's gonna forgive the student loan debt, while you guys are going to fucking Mars. They're not gonna have no. They can't even pay their student loan debt. You think they're gonna pay you for a trip to Mars? Come on, man. What you guys doing? You ain't fooling me. I can see negative numbers, rich people. I can see negative numbers. Okay. I'm just here to tell you that I just can't figure out why the rush. I'm not really worried because I highly doubt if it's going to happen before I'm dead. But you guys are, man, I don't know. You're welcome. Thank you, sir, for wise advice in life for us. Your channel, Savings Minus Debt, is my favorite channel ever on YouTube because your channel, sir, is so unique. There is no other channel like yours. See? Thank you, Mohammed. I know when people hear me say that, they think I'm bragging. They think I'm just high on my high horse. No, everything I say is true. There is no other channel like this on YouTube, and I don't know if there ever will be. I don't know. Saying that there will be no other, that would be 100% ego. I'm not the only one with a gift. I know that. I know I'm not the only one with the gift. I'm just one of the people that have found it. I have found it without a doubt. There is no doubt at all. And I'm here to share this gift with whoever want to listen. Hey man, all you gotta do is listen, man. But your life will change. Your whole energy will be different. Everybody will wonder why they're so attracted. Why is this person so attractive? Man, I'm just so drawn to them. They will never know ever. As long as they can't see negative numbers, they will ever like okay, look at this. Look at this. Okay, I want to give you guys an example, right? When you see when you see Elon Musk out and about, right? I mean, this dude, every time you see him, he always look like he's having fun. Even in front of the paparazzi, man, he entertains the paparazzi. He just be laughing with you guys. When I look at him, this is how I look at Elon Musk. He is a dude that understands this is a whole fucking joke. You are here to have fun and do whatever you want to do before you're dead. If you keep on out here thinking you got to be a certain way, like these people that you're seeing on YouTube, man, hey man, I'm telling you, you better find yourself. You better stop doing that. You better stop thinking it got something to do with clothes and cars and all this other. Hey, it ain't got nothing to do with none of that. All you gotta do is look at their personal credit report. If they have student loans older than everything you see in their lives, it doesn't matter. It's an illusion. They don't know that. You let them continue on doing whatever think they're doing, whatever. You just let them do it. Go on, keep letting them think that 40, 50, 60, 70 hour work weeks is the way to do it. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not true. That is not true. Wait, they don't know to stop and think, wait a minute, isn't time the most valuable thing on earth? Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a hand. Yeah. I'm gonna die one day, right? Yeah. That's true. You could see that. You see people dying, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That makes time the most valuable thing on earth, not money. So if I'm working, if there's 7 days in a week and I'm working 40, 50, 60, 70 hour work week, that means I'm working every single day of the week. Yeah. That means I don't own no day of the week. No, you don't own no day. You're catching on. You're catching on. My kids are getting older. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah. So once start getting older, they're not shrinking ever again. No, they're not going backwards. Nope. Mm-mm. So if you're working 40, 50, 60, 70 hour work week, guess what? You're not spending any time with your kids. Nope. I love slaves. They're making me money. Refinancing, talking about you getting a good deal. Yeah. Yep. That's true. It's your fault. You see what the true light saying? That's your fault. He's not. That's business. He's talking business. That's it. Nothing personal. It's nothing personal. You don't have to do anything like that because you don't have to finance phones. You don't have to do it. Who cares? Hey, who cares what your friends are doing? Who cares if they finance a brand new phone every time one comes out? So what? Let them do it. They don't know that's the wheel. They know, listen, the majority of slaves know they're the rat. They say it every day. Oh man, I feel like a rat on the wheel. Well, they know they're the rat. They know that. But what they don't know is the wheel. How is the wheel powered? They know no, excuse me. They know the wheel is powered by them, but they don't know what creates the wheel. That's where the psychological part is. They create the wheel. The wheel's not real. Listen, they don't know the wheel's not real. It's not even real. They create it. Like when they get caught financing the phone loop, that's part of the wheel. When you guys get car loans and you're so deep in, you can't get out of it, you have to buy your way out of it. So you got to keep refinancing cars. So while all your friends outside you think you get a new car every 3 years because you got money, on the inside, you know, and I know you keep doing it because you're trapped. You can't get out of it because you're so far upside down in your cars. You have to keep trading and keep trading, and they just keep add that money to the new loan, add that money to the new loan. That's how you get the wheel. And then they put on gap insurance. That's the wheel. Now you got to have the coverage that the bank requires, full coverage. That's the wheel. You get it? Anyway, that's all I want to talk about. SMD is the red pill you're looking for. It is. If you want to, hey, if you want to jump the finance game, you want to jump in line, you want to jump the line, especially if you're young in your 20s. If you want to jump the line in the economy starting today, all you got to do is sign up for a consultation. SavingsMinusDebt.com. Sign this for a consultation. I'll get you ahead. SavingsMinusDebt.com. Help you skip the whole financial game. Skip the whole game. Get on the correct side of it. Better yet, let me say it better. I help put you on the correct side of the finance game. Put you on the correct side. You'll turn around and say, wait a minute, no currency of any kind exists for slaves. Nope. None of it exists. None. Zero. They just like gold because it's shiny. That's it. It's just shiny. Don't they show you in videos? Anybody you show with gold around the neck and stuff, they're telling you how they value gold. That's why they wear it like that. They think it's something. It don't mean anything. It means nothing. It don't even exist. It doesn't exist. Shout out to James Maggs for the $15 super chat. Thank you, sir. The SMD consultations are great. Did them for several months. Oh, before buying my first house. Oh, this is James. Got it. Okay. Mags. The Mags threw me off. Mags threw me off. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm like, what? This is for several months before buying my first house. They really helped me get my mind right as I escape the debt matrix. Thanks, LJ, for all the motivation. Thank you, sir. And I do appreciate that, man. James is ahead of the game now, way ahead of the game, way ahead of the game, man. You know, sometimes it feels great to help the younger men, but it almost is a little jealous too, right? It's like, damn, I'm telling him the answer right now. Hey, James, now you have the ability to see negative numbers. That's the answer. Enjoy your life. See you later. You know, it's like, damn, had I known this in my 30s, oh man. But I know, thank you, universe. My time is now. My delivery time is now for some reason to reach James at this time, other young people at that time, whatever, and they're supposed to do whatever they're supposed to do at those particular times on the timetable. That's how you got to look at it now. So, yep, it is, Gabriel. I'm glad, and I know for a fact you can see it. It's crystal clear. I can see everything now. I can see it. Right now, you guys don't understand. I have the whole book in my head right now, right? From start to finish. Because now that I know the answer is negative numbers, I now know the end of the book. That's the end of the book, right? That's it. It's like, hey, you do this, and this is what happened to me, and this is what happened. I started making videos and this and that, and I saw Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey says to do this, and blah blah blah. And then all the way at the end, I could see negative numbers. That's it. Book the end, over, done. What's up? The Wandering Mind says Silent really got mad, but his mortgage broker, so he's a mortgage broker, so it's best interest to keep it safe. You know what? And I was thinking about this too. I was thinking about that Wandering Mind. You know what? I really after I got off, okay, because he got mad. You know, I really should not have just okay. There's certain times I use slave, right? But as he's talking, I could already tell that he was, you know, he obviously can't see negative numbers. Okay, that was obvious, and I should have recognized that. And because sometimes I'll get impatient because it really bothers me when people can't don't trust the calculator, right? Or they start really over talking you. And what I should have did when he was over talking me, I should have just stopped because by him over talking is really just basically telling me that he doesn't want to really listen to what I have to say. He just wanted to come up there and challenge me or whatever, right? And I should have just shut up. I really shouldn't have called him a slave. I should have just chilled. Because obviously, like I said, when they start over talking you, when you're trying to say, "Hey man, do you trust the calculator?" And they're over talking, that's basically saying that they don't want to hear you. All right. So I don't know. And it was like I said, it was clear that he couldn't see negative numbers because he was trying to justify all the debt and all the other stuff. But yeah, Gabriel says, and the fact that you came up with nothing says a lot about this life. Yeah, it's you know, the only thing I will not be able to explain in my book is uh the feeling of something was wrong. Okay, I can't. That right there is the only thing that can explain that is from the universe, because I had everything supposedly that they say you're supposed to have in the debt matrix. You know, college educated, six-figure earner, nice place, nice car, blah, blah, blah. But I specifically remember standing in my nice place, looking around, knowing that something was wrong, right? It was just the weirdest feeling. I cannot explain, but I'm gonna give you guys just a jump ahead. What it was is that I didn't own anything. That's the feeling. I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you guys a hyperdrive view, spaceship, light speed view to the end. The reason why I was feeling like that because I didn't own any of the stuff I was looking at because I had student loan debt. And if I had, and my student loan debt was my oldest debt out of all my debts. And since my student loan debt was my oldest debt, that by default means when you can see negative numbers, that means everything I can see with my eyes, I don't own because that's impossible because my student loan debt is my oldest debt. See what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you guys ahead that that was the feeling, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know who to ask. I didn't know. I didn't even know what question to ask. I didn't know what to put in Google. Hey, I'm having a weird feeling at home when I look at stuff. You know, Google don't know how to respond to that, right? But that's what it was. I'm just telling you guys right now. But I don't know what was giving me that feeling. I don't know what was giving me that feeling. So that's what I can't really explain. And I can just attribute that to the universe, honestly. Because I didn't know it was going to be as big as it is, right? I didn't know it was going to be this big. I didn't know that, right? And it has to, and honestly, when you understand negative numbers, okay, I'm gonna just put it this way, and I'm gonna end it. When you understand negative numbers, you're gonna have a strong mind because there's a lot of things you're gonna have to accept. Because once you can see negative numbers, that means you're going to accept the laws of mathematics. And when you accept the laws of mathematics, you're going to have a strong mind to accept what they tell you. You're going to have a very strong mind. And the accepting part is going to be difficult for a lot of people because you're going to start thinking about your age and how long you've been in something or making payments on something. Because when you make payments on something for a very long time, you get emotionally involved in whatever you've been paying on and you somehow feel entitled to it, but the whole time it's not yours. That's the reason why you're making payments, because it's not yours. If you can see negative numbers, the only way to own anything is you have to pay cash for it. That's the only way you own something. It's the law of attraction that made all of SMD come together around the world. Yeah, you're right. And it's only going to get bigger. And as young as you are, Gabriel, I am happy and proud to be able to show you something and you're able to see it with your own eyes as it happened through damn near my whole journey to the end of seeing negative numbers. Because now when I say this out loud, Gabriel, you can hear me. We know millions of people can't hear me. So that's how you know SMD is going to be the biggest in the world. It's going to be the biggest in the world. And those of you that can't really understand or think I'm bragging, I'm just telling, I'm just spitting out some facts. Go find another channel like this on YouTube. Go try to find it. You're not going to find it. There's like 36, 37 million YouTube subscribers. And I'm telling you guys, there is no other channel like this one. I'm the only one on YouTube, this one. You're probably thinking, how can he say that? Go look. Hey, listen, put it this way. What are you going to type in the search engine of YouTube? What are you going to type in? Tell me what you're going to type in. What are you, especially if you're a non-believer, listen, because you guys like to go look for stuff to make sure I try to find out if I'm a liar or not, right? You don't even know what to type in YouTube search engine to tell it what to go look for because you can't see negative numbers. You don't know what to type in. Nervous system gave you that feeling. Yeah, the nervous system is physical. They got the land from a slave. They needed quick cash for almost nothing. Yeah, they rushing they're doing some Mars stuff. Slaves are making car payments. You think they can afford a trip to Mars? Come on, man. That ain't for them. That is not for them. When you can see negative numbers, that's obvious. That is completely obvious. What about them? What about evictions? All right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. Thank you guys for joining. Much appreciated. And until next time, later.